All right, hello, welcome to the storm update. Oh, changed me. All right, that always does this. Uh, this is the latest radar, and you'll see here the storm, the rain here, moving. We got a little break here to the south, so it looks like the heavy rain will be wrapping up shortly. You can clearly see the signature of the storm over here on the radar. And flash flood warnings remain for a good chunk of New Jersey, not for our area, but for New Jersey, we have that. Here's another look at the radar, and again, you can see that clearing off to the south as the storm is going to be moving. We're going to get into this area. I mean, there's still a chance for shower, but the heavy, steady rain will be winding down, at least for now. Looking at the satellite, here is the storm on the satellite. I tell you, this thing looks really impressive. And look at the convection blow-ups out over the ocean there. That is really quite impressive there. I don't know if you noticed that on the right-hand corner of the screen there, but that is some pretty good convection blowing up over the ocean, which again is quite unusual to see at that particular area. But it's because of those much warmer than normal ocean temperatures that we're dealing with. Let me look at the eastern U.S. here. Let me get the eastern Atlantic coast one. The Atlantic coast. Where's the Atlantic coast one? I know it was in here somewhere. There it is. So we can look at this one here. You get another better look at this thing here, and I'll put this on the 36 frame loop so you get to see the infrared going into the visible here. And again, looking at that really impressive convection. I apologize for the noise. You may hear some yelling. This construction thing is going on, and so you can see all the again. You can see the storms blowing up out over the ocean here. Look at this. This is really something over here. To see this, that is quite impressive looking convection, and it looks tropical in nature. It really does, and this is because the water is very warm in this spot. If we were to look at the actual water temperatures, I guess I can go to Earth and Old School and look at the water temperatures in that spot, shall we? Let's go ahead and look at the water temperatures in that spot so you get an idea of what we're dealing with here. Ocean, sea surface temperature. Right over here in this spot, we're dealing with water temperatures around 70 degrees, close to 70 degrees. Probably can't see that, but yeah, it's about 70 degrees. And again, if we look at the anomaly, which shows you all, look at all that warm up. This is all that bright orange there. That's all water that's well above the normal. The sea surface temperature is well above what it's supposed to be. So I just wanted to throw that in there and to explain why this is happening. And again, that is quite an impressive satellite loop right there of that. Let's look at our current observations right now, what we got going on across the area. And you'll see some of the weather stations reporting wind gusts up to 31 miles an hour. Temperatures in the mid-60s. 28 mile an hour wind gust, 31 mile an hour wind gust there at Islip. Not so much wind in New Jersey and west, but east there's much more wind. And that's what we're seeing right now. And if we throw the dew points in here, you will see here that dew points, it's still very humid. Dew points in the low 60s across Long Island. Lower dew points over New Jersey and to the north. So we're still dealing with this really tropical air mass that is over us here with this easterly flow. Oh, well, it looks like we just got a 41 mile an hour wind gust now reported at Islip. 64 was the temperature. The dew point is 63. I'm sorry for the yelling if you can hear that. I do apologize. That is the construction people. They're extremely loud and obnoxious. Wind is east-southeast to 28 miles an hour, gusting to 41 at Islip. So we're already seeing these strong winds developing. And we're looking at the pound of power outages right now. We have 639 people without power on Long Island, scattered throughout. Not too many power outages to speak of at this moment, but that's going to be more of a concern, I think, for later tonight. I want to look at the rainfall amounts now, so we're going to go to the map here. The Weather Service might actually have a rainfall amount list already prepared for us. They do, so that is good. So we got that. Let's look at that, and you will see here. Here's that rainfall list. And we already are reporting, let's see, Connecticut's up in the 1.99 range, Middlesex County 1.50. New Jersey has really been hit hard. So look at this. Bergen County, Walwick, 3.79 inches. North Arlington, 3.77 inches. Hasbrook Heights, 3.66 inches. Because I'll be going over these numbers a lot more later. Essex County, that whole area, 3 inches of rain. Caldwell, 3.53. Hudson County, 3.66 inches. Passaic County, Little Falls, 3.92 inches. So New Jersey really got nailed. 3.95 in New Providence, almost 4 inches there. In New York City, Brooklyn, I see some 3+ inch amounts. Nassau County, Great Neck, western parts of the county, 2+ inches already. Massapequa reporting 1.83. We also have high amounts in the city. Manhattan, 3 inches in Midtown. Central Park reporting 2.38. Orange County, you got some high amounts there too. Hudson Valley, 3.12. Putnam County, 2.74. Rockland County, 3.24 inches. In Suffolk County, we see 2.67 in Ridge, so 2 inches there. I mean, everybody's getting a good amount of rain. Everybody's gotten at least 2 inches of rain. Some areas have gotten close to the 4 inches of rain so far. But I do want to actually bring up the map so we can actually map this all out with the rainfall. So let me do that. We go to historical. We go to the precipitation turn, and we set this date back a whole. We'll set it back a whole day, so you get an idea of what we got as far as rainfall goes. Let's get this on the screen. If it'll show up. Oh, yeah, here we go. So why isn't this not showing up? Come on. This is annoying. I don't know why this site is acting up. It doesn't want to provide. It's like the spinning circle here. Okay. These amounts are not correct at all. You can see the higher amounts of Jersey. So we can see some of these amounts in Jersey as well. So, yeah, let's back over here, station thing, and trying to concentrate while they're working. It's hard. Again, these are the temperatures. Let's go to precipitation. This will be the precipitation so far today on the Wonderground. You can see Mineola getting 2.72 inches. So we've gotten quite a bit of rain overnight. It's real steady soaking rain overnight into the morning hours across Long Island here. But higher amounts in Jersey, definitely. I see some 4-inch amounts here. And that's where there's some flash flood warnings. Toms River, 2 inches. Lakewood, 2.86 inches. So, yeah, quite a bit of rain in Jersey. And that's why there's still have these flash flood warnings in effect, too. If we look at Atlantic City Airport, for instance, let's see how much rainfall they've gotten. Yeah, they've gotten definitely over 2 inches of rain. We can look at Monmouth as well. Belmar, Farmingdale. They're not reporting any rain. There's something wrong with their thing. I don't know what's going on with them. If we want to go to the weather and hazards map, we can do that. Can you look at Lakehurst? So we can go right here. It's still displaying. It didn't even update yet. So I can find Lakehurst in here. Not Lakehurst. That's Jackson. Let's find Lakehurst. Here's Lakehurst. Let's see what they've gotten in the 3-day history. We'll see how much rainfall they've received so far. 2.78 inches of rain so far at Lakehurst. So it's the closest. So yeah, I mean everybody's pretty gotten over 2 inches of rain generally. It's the gist of things. Going to the National Weather Service site here, you will see let's look at the latest briefing on this storm here. We already looked at this last night. This was as of 6 a.m. this morning, October 26th. Wind advisory for eastern Long Island and eastern Long Island, southeast Connecticut, and a high wind warning for southeast Suffolk. So the South Fork of Suffolk County now has a high wind warning. And so that's what's changed a little bit here. And you can see this is the summary, the rain and flood potential. And like I said, I think most of the rain has fallen, but now the next thing that we're going to have to watch out for is the winds with this next part of the system that we're going to be dealing with. Um, and that is what the next thing we're going to have to deal with is. And again, you got this high wind warning that's in effect. And this is going to be from 6 p.m. This is southeast Suffolk from 6 p.m. tonight to noon on Wednesday. North winds 25 to 35, gusts up to 60. So that is that could cause some power outages, and we're going to go to the models and look at this next. We'll see what the latest with these models are with this storm here. The GFS still has that track pretty much going to the southeast of the Cape and then retrograding just about 50 miles southeast of Montauk Point with the center of this storm, and then moving southward. So it keeps the tight isobars, mainly the tightest isobars, over the east end, and that would basically put most of the wind over the east end. If we look at the wind here, you see the strongest winds basically over the east end here. But look at that, the red goes over the South Fork and the eastern parts of Suffolk County as well, where Nassau escapes the strongest winds. But this could definitely be bad for some power outages out east, and then that moves away. But still, that is pretty significant right there. Even the GFS there, giving that red. Yeah, it's not something you see every day. That's definitely some 50 to 60, maybe even an occasional. I wouldn't rule out a hurricane force wind gust on the east end with winds like that. And of course, we have the ocean swells too that we'll have to watch as well with this. Now, let me go back to the rainfall, because GFS obviously does have the rain continuing. It doesn't really show that break that developed. It's a low resolution model, so it's not really going to show that. If we look at the HRRR, which is a higher resolution model, and we have the 13Z, not enough of the 13Z to use, but we can use the 12Z HRRR that has just come in. So you can see here, we get that, shows that break. All right, here's that low pressure center. All right, and this low pressure now, this is the HRRR model, which obviously continues this kind of westerly bias here, but it's coming more in line now with the GFS, with this center of the low tracking southeast of Montauk. You can see we get a break in the rain, and then the rain starts moving back in on us this evening. And as far as how much more rain we will get, let's look at the HRRR, a total accumulated precip, and see. It could still get, especially out east. Looks like Suffolk County, at least another 2 inches, at least, and maybe even another 3 inches out over Riverhead, that whole area. So that could be, again, cause more flooding issues, and that's just going to make the ground more soft. If we look at the winds on this, the agreement is pretty similar now to the GFS as far as the winds go. Stronger winds out over the east end, and then that moves away. And that's the other short range model we have to look at. We also have the NAM. All right, we go to the precipitation on this. And the NAM also showing now. You can see the NAM is a little wetter, not surprisingly. It doesn't really bring that drying that far north. But the track is all very similar. It does this loop-to-loop, basically southeast of us. And again, the Cape is the one that's going to... they're really going to be getting hammered on the Cape with the wind and the rain. It's going to be almost tropical storm-like out over there. And then it finally slowly moves away. Let me look at one other thing. Let me just go to the NHC, see if they've given this thing a name. No, they have not given it a name yet. They're still saying 20% chance. But that is something we're going to have to watch. But I think I'm going to wrap this storm update. Again, here's your look at this storm. And again, very impressive to see this type of convection going on offshore. That is really very tropical looking indeed. I'm wondering how much lightning is firing off in those storms as well off there. Let's see if we can... Oh, a lot. Yeah, there you go. So we got a lot of lightning firing up in these storms out over the ocean. You can see right there. So, yeah, really impressive stuff going on. And again, as we watch this coastal storm, again, it's kind of like a 1-2 thing here. You got your rain piece here. Let's draw this out here. You got your rain piece here. That's what we're dealing with, some wind. And then you got your wind and tropicals piece over here. This, as this, we're wrapping up this part, but then this part here retrogrades and comes in later tonight, and that's what we're going to have to watch for as far as the winds go. And it's going to have some rain too, as well. But that heavy rain aspect, I think, is going to be mainly over eastern Suffolk, and not quite as much to the west, I don't think, as this round. So that's going to wrap up this this update on this storm, and we'll see what happens later tonight. And let's hope that the worst of those winds stay east of our area, and mainly the east end will be impacted. But if you're on the east end, Suffolk County, particularly, you're going to have some pretty strong winds. And if you're out on the South Fork, you're going to have some probably maybe a third of people could lose power out there. That's going to be it for this update. Take care and be safe today.